Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Thursday, August 5th, 6:41 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Ethereum does its new upgrade today. We'll see how that affects the price. So far, looking at the market today, I'm hedging in a little bit of Bitcoin and a little bit of Ethereum. So I'll tell you all about it. Once again, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. You are the peaceful revolution. Check out dailyview.com. Well, actually, bitcoindailyview.com for more. All right. Looking at the market right now, just at the last hour, we're looking kind of green, and that's a good thing because we have been dumping a bit last night, but this morning it looks like we are waking up to a victorious day. All right, I like what I'm seeing here. Bitcoin trading volume explicitly is at 4,300,000,000. That is not bad at all. So 4.3 billion. I mean, like I say, between 2 and 3 billion is what you need for the market to basically be turned on, and the nodes be on, wash trading, market making, etc., etc. But we're at 4 billion, 4.3 billion, not so bad. 2.5 billion on Binance, Coinbase, 893 million, not bad at all. Kraken showing up for work. I like what I am seeing, a little bit of an influx of volume this morning. That makes me happy. It's not a huge influx, but it is happening, and also that does kind of correspond with price action we're seeing for Bitcoin this morning. Which makes me happy. It all kind of matches. Now, we're still very low on spot trading volume. Last 24 hours, 19 billion on Binance, not so much. But recently, we're up in like the last hour or two, like 33.66%. So that is glorious. If we look at derivatives, basically futures, 66 billion last 24 hours, up 29%, almost 30%. So this morning we're seeing a serious, surge in volume, and this is a good thing. So even though the numbers are still a little bit low for what I consider to be, healthy and good and making money, they're surging this morning. Interesting stuff. So also above 60 billion, that's pretty good for futures. So futures is looking good on Binance. Now, this here is the 50 MA and the 100 MA on the daily chart for Bitcoin. So we've made it above the 50 MA. That's kind of good. We have a low and a high we can work with on the daily with this fib that I've drawn. We're challenging the 100 MA. I mean, we got above it recently, but now we've dropped below it. We're making a bounce off the 382 fib line as I've drawn it here at around 37,514. So let's see how we do. Bitcoin is a little bit finicky this morning, but it looks like it's starting to power back up after some flaccidness. Now, this is another daily chart. Once again, you can see that 382 bounce that we're working on. We'll see if we close above it today. It would be very, very nice. We are above the 314 moving average right here on the bottom. That's good to go. We still have not really challenged the 200 moving average, but that is quite a ways away. That is at 44,732 at this very moment. One thing to seriously watch out for today is the daily MACD. It has been trending towards the negative. That's not a positive thing. If that does get close to crossing, or it does cross, or gird your loins, because we'll probably see a bit of a dump if that crosses negative. This is a 45-minute chart, and sorry I'm using my little laptop today. I'm doing some unexpected construction on the house, and the garage is just jacked up, and I can't get out to my big workstation. So with that said, Bitcoin versus USDT on Binance, 45-minute chart. Now, as I drew this fib, I kind of started way back here, back in the day, around the 19th of July. When we started moving upwards, broke that 200 moving average. We've been cruising up. We broke below the 200 moving average in a 314. We challenged it. Now we're below it again. Anyway, this is kind of all scrumped up. It's kind of hard to see, but I want you to see the big picture of how I'm drawing this fib line, why I'm coming to the kind of conclusion that I am. So look at that 382 fib line right there. Now, if we make this where you can see it, and I can see it, I do love my big ass monitor. Another computer. We'll try to get the daily views rolling out there again. Just that my office is, well, jacked up right now. We had some unexpected water damage. Anyway, everybody, if you have a condensation accumulator pump on your AC unit, make sure it's working, because ours wasn't, and it kind of flooded the place a little bit. No permanent damage, but we are replacing some drywall. Anyway, with that said, BTC USDT, of course, here on Binance. Okay, we challenged that 200 moving average recently, back on the 4th of August, and of course we didn't quite make it above. We got rejected. That 200 moving average showed Bitcoin what it tends to do. It is strong. If you're above it, you're strong. If you're below it, well, you're strongly below it. So anyway, Bitcoin got rejected by that, got smacked down hard. But check it out, it is wicked below this morning and beginning to bounce on the 314 moving average. I'm sorry, on that 382 fib line. And the thing is, if you look, it has played some support and resistance just barely in the past. You can see where we dipped to it before, we wicked to it, and now we moved up from it. And here once again, it's just a logical spot. That's what I'm looking for is where we had some support before, where we bounced, and we bounced exactly where we just wicked through basically. So once again, if we scrump this up a little bit so we can see. We are in a logical spot. Sorry, that's way out there, but the 382 fib line, 37,514. It's played support before. Let's see if we bounce off it again. And I kind of think we are going to bounce off it again. I think we're seeing a bounce because if we do actually zoom in, sorry about this, I'm doing this on a little MacBook. So with that said, I think we are seeing a little bit of a bounce here. Of course, not financial advice, only entertainment purposes only, but I believe that we are seeing a bounce. I think we wicked to a logical spot. That's what I'm oftentimes looking for, showing a logical support zone, a logical resistance zone that has played out before. Well, even though it's only once back here, it has played out before, and it's a logical fib zone. Bitcoin and Fibonacci tend to work together pretty well, so I think this is the spot we're going to bounce. Now, this is a bit of unwise speculation on my part, I'll tell you that outright. But if we do look, the directional index, and when your ADX is beginning to climb up, your directional index is just beginning to turn out of the red. Your squeeze indicator, well, it still shows a lot of red. I mean, this is a bit of a risky play, but I did actually do a small position in Bitcoin this morning. Like I say, I'm waiting for much stronger indicators to kind of hedge back in completely. But I do make small plays because, well, I'm happy. If it goes the wrong way, I know it'll be in the green eventually, just not as soon as I would like. So I put a small play in the Bitcoin this morning right here. When this green candle closed, I went, okay, we're good to go. We're probably going to bounce. So anyway, stochastic RSI is way at the bottom. If you look at the lazy bear wavetrend oscillator, it's showing we're in about turn-up territory. So anyway, like I say, I think we're bouncing here. I think it'll be some money today. Definitely with that trade. If it's not, I'm happy holding it. Like I say, I certainly did not go all in. Now, where I went in a little bit heavier is Ethereum versus USDT. You can see where I have this little box here. This is where we have, it is a spot you can see in the chart that we have, played with before. So we are above the 200 moving average. If you look, we actually, get rid of this line so you can see better. We wicked right to the 200 moving average. And now it looks like we're kind of making a bounce off that. Ethereum is dumping with Bitcoin. That's what happens. But look at that, a nice wick bounce. We're kind of seeing this here. Bitcoin did a wick bounce to a logical spot to bounce that 382 fib line. I think it will. It's bounced there before. It looks like it's bouncing. Indicators are still pretty weak, but they're just beginning to show that kind of turn up on that short time frame. Ethereum is the same way, but its chart is even stronger. You can see your squeeze indicator beginning to lose velocity that has been going towards the downside. How about your wavetrend oscillator by lazy bear? Yep, it's just showing right now. It's starting to turn positive. Way down below in the buy zone, stochastic RSI just turned positive. As a matter of fact, let's look at the stochastic RSI for Bitcoin here. Yep, it just turned positive way down here in the oversold level. Whoa, it's nice. So anyway, if you're crazy tough and phony brave, this is a great day to take a little position here. We'll see how the, like I say, entertainment purposes only. I'm not giving you financial advice, just telling you what I'm doing. Anyway, I think we're going to see a powerful bounce. I mean, Ethereum has been playing with this 200 moving average for a while, and has been staying above it. It definitely dipped and visited it here, but it stayed above. It did a hard dip, wet wick to it, but it's staying above it. Got a second green candle here on the 45-minute chart in the green. These indicators are just beginning to turn up. The KRI is getting ready to be in the green again. So Ethereum's chart's a little bit stronger than Bitcoin's. So basically I bought some ETH and I bought some Bitcoin this morning. I just been kind of swing trading these, and I think we're definitely back at the bottom of this 30 to 40K range for Bitcoin. And of course Ethereum tends to correspond with that in one way or the other. And I think we're beginning to turn up. So we'll see how this hard fork does today. It's oftentimes, just, buy the rumor, trailing take profit the news. So we'll see how this hard fork goes. But regardless of what happens today, I'm happy with these positions. I think we'll just see how it plays out. Maybe I make money in the green right away. If it goes the wrong way, well, I'm happy having dollar cost average those. Anyway, Ethereum versus BTC, one of my dream trades. Look at that. it's making a strong move this morning. Its indicators are very strong. Directional index is still in the green, even though it's trending downwards. Let's look at the squeeze indicator. Yep, it's in the red, but we just right now had a green count for the first time. KRI is still in the green. Stochastic RSI just turned positive. Lazy bear indicator, sharp little turn to the positive. So Ethereum BTC, maybe a trade. I might actually hop back in this. A small trade on this one because now I'm kind of, I love trading against USDT or USDC because USDC and USDT don't tend to move in value when you're trading, truly forex trading, I guess you would say, when you're doing ETH versus BTC. When you're making a trade like that, you're kind of trading the direction of two things at once, So anyway, this is interesting. I might wait for a little bit more of a strong breakout here. But the Ethereum versus BTC, I mean, let's face it, overall, this has been a glorious trend for quite a while, ever since the end of July, like 31st of July or so. This has been a good, strong play. Maybe this is one to, if you're in it, you're probably happy this morning. If you're pondering getting in it, look at that. We're getting velocity towards I would just wait for this ADX to turn back up, literally. And I would wait for maybe some golf balls, some white circles to fire off for the the squeeze indicator. Squeeze indicator, basically, I should do a video just on it, but basically, when velocity starts happening towards the up, towards the down, you'll see it starts firing off these white little, I call them golf balls there in the middle. So I might wait for some velocity to happen on the squeeze indicator towards the upside. KRI is already good. Stochastic RSI, not to belabor this, I'm just kind of looking at it and pondering it. It is turned positive. I mean, I tell you, I love the ETH versus BTC trade because I love making more BTC. And maybe this is a play this morning. These are all very speculative, not the best TA, but we had a dump, and sometimes buying the bottom of the dip, buying that dip, buying that dump, when it turns around, always speculative, always honestly kind of dumb. You should wait for the confirmed uptrend, but come on, you want to make those sweet gains, Anyway, so ADA versus USDT, it looks to me like it, if you look here, I always look at, what has something done to predict what it's going to do again? Well, as we know, that doesn't tend to always work in life, but still, it looks just like our last 200 moving average, almost bounce. So indicators still are pretty low. It's not really strong for a turn up, but they are on the on the positive side of things. So we'll see how this goes. ADA has been doing great recently, and maybe it will continue. It appears to be turning up like a lot of other things this morning, like a lot of alts. So if you're into the ADA thing right now, great dip buying opportunity here. Looks like it's making a move off that 200 moving average. Doge, it's just sucking ass. Sorry, everybody. Shiba, just sucking ass. It's not doing very well. Rune versus BTC. Great trade recently. It's been cruising up this channel. Took a little bit of dump recently along with Bitcoin, but if you look, directional index is still in the green. ADX is going to turn up soon. Squeeze indicator, it's back in the green this morning. Wave trend oscillator by Lazy Bear, and it's showing negative right now. But anyway, look at that beautiful uptrend. I love trading, alts against BTC, and this one has slowly been just consistently making gains, really, ever since the 28th of July. So, of course, trade at your own risk, of course. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, as always. But let's look at Rune versus USDT. How's that looking? Ooh, yeah, I mean, it's a nice trade against USDT. I mean, needs to turn up a little bit more. Anyway, just thought I'd mention Rune. This is actually one that Jonathan Regan over at Blockchain Education pointed out yesterday as being doing really well. And, well, it is. He caught it way back here at the very beginning when it turned up, so he's very happy. All right, with that said, hey, make Teslas not tweets. People are buying these shirts, which is kind of cool. They're really digging them. I think they're cool. They're great conversation starters. I mean, they really are. You can't go anywhere without, if you don't want to be looked at and have conversations sparked up with you, then maybe you shouldn't wear this, but definitely it's fun to wear in public. You find out how many people are really aware of crypto and Elon Musk for positive and negative, viewpoints. Anyway, with that said, you are the peaceful revolution. Bitcoin does matter. This is the best chance humanity's ever had at the first peaceful revolution globally that has ever existed, that's ever happened, I think. And with that said, remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, it is truly a holy, a special thing. It is. It matters. It makes a difference. And every one of those Bitcoin Satoshis you own makes a piece of shit banker cry. Oh, yeah. And who doesn't want to wake up every day knowing, like, yeah,